Gas up the Jeep, it's good to be free. Load up the pans and fishing poles. The highway is long, the wheels turning round. Pack up the cook stove and the bowls. Arlo and I, we hit the open road. Arlo and I are on the road.
All right, just grabbing a few juniper berries right here. That. We don't need many, just a few. I'll put a few in our soup. So Arlo and I are out and about again today. We're out down in the desert, actually. A little bit of a change of scenery today. Out in the Sonoran Desert, so here he is. So we traded the big pine trees, the ponderosa pine trees, for cactuses and yucca plants and all this desert scenery. So beautiful out here too. Look at those big skies. So it's almost Thanksgiving, so we're at the end of November, and the weather is beautiful. It feels like it's in the upper 50s right now, which is perfect. It feels really cool. It's nice weather to be walking around out here in the desert where it's normally super hot. And we've had such a hot summer that it sure feels good to be down here and enjoying the cool weather. So my plan today, because the weather is so nice and cool and we're close to Thanksgiving, is to make a nice soup. And I'm going to make a French onion soup that's going to be sort of Thanksgiving themed. It's going to have turkey and some cranberry and pumpkin seed croutons, and I think it's going to be really good. So, wow, what a day. Look at that beautiful sky and that beautiful sunlight. It's good to be outside. Wow, look at this cool tree. This is the perfect place to stop and make our onion soup. Tree. It's so cool. It's so wind blown and weathered and really cool. Carlo likes this spot too. Alright, so we're sitting under this beautiful juniper tree, and I'm going to make a nice warming French onion soup with a Thanksgiving twist. And we have a beautiful mountains and the sunset going on behind us, and I can't wait to get started. I can't wait to get started on this soup. And what we have to work with today is I have onion, some shallot, I have some smoked turkey, some fresh herbs. I have some sage, some thyme, I have some juniper berries, which we picked a little earlier. This is a cranberry and pumpkin seed croutons, Gruyere cheese, have a little bit of flour to thicken it up. I have some single malt scotch, some olive oil, and some chicken broth. Sounds good already, and I haven't even started yet. Well, it's cloudy and windy again, but I don't think this time I have to worry about the rain. Get a little bit of our olive oil to our pan. Ooh, that's hot. And then to that I'm going to add our onions. And our shallots. So the most important thing when you're making onion soup is to get some nice caramelization on those onions, and that takes a while. So we're going to slowly brown up these onions and get that nice sweetness. That's when the sweetness comes out of the onions. Alright, so that while those are caramelizing, I'm going to add our juniper berries, which I smushed up. There's about 4 of them. I'm going to do that. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of our herbs. So here's some fresh thyme. A little bit of that. And some fresh sage. Just whip it up into there. You can already see that caramelization happening on the bottom of the pan. We just want to scrape that up while we're stirring this around. Now you can see that caramelization happening, and the smell is incredible. It's the smell of the onions, those juniper berries, the sage, and the thyme. Alright, so that's looking really nice. I don't want to burn it, but it's going nice and caramelized here. So I'm going to deglaze that with some of our single malt scotch. So here's our single malt scotch. I'm going to put a little bit. Just a little splash of that. That's going to also help bring up some of that caramelization that's on the bottom of the pan there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this flour. So just, I don't know, maybe like a teaspoon of that flour. And then I'm going to add our chicken broth. So that, just like that, and I'm going to add our smoked turkey. So that to that. All right, now we'll stir this around. So now we're just going to let that come up to a simmer, and we want that flour to cook and to thicken this up just a tiny little bit. Now normally I wouldn't necessarily put flour in my French onion soup, but this time because it's I'm doing more of a Thanksgiving themed with the turkey, I want to give a suggestion of it being like a gravy, so like a very light gravy-like consistency. So I wanted to have a little bit of thickness to it. All right, now it's time to start setting up our bowl. So I'm going to put our croutons. So like I said, this is a cranberry and pumpkin seed croutons. So I'm going to put a couple of those in the bottom of the bowl. Okay, and then we have our soup. I'm going to put our soup over that. And then I'm going to add a couple more of these croutons. And then this is our Gruyere cheese, which I'm going to put all over the top here. All right, I got my little torch here, and I'm going to melt the Gruyere on top of the soup here. A little more fresh thyme, and it's ready to eat. All right, there it is. This is my Thanksgiving French onion soup. Now it's made with smoked turkey. It has a cranberry and pumpkin seed bread crouton, Gruyere, onions and shallots, single malt scotch, and a little bit of sage and a little bit of thyme. And it smells so good. I can't wait to get into there. Let's see if I can do this. Man, there's nothing better on a cool day than onion soup. And this is really kicked up with the turkey and the cranberry bread. And that single malt scotch, man, it's just another level. And it's cheesy and gooey, just the way I like it. Now this would be a perfect meal to make after Thanksgiving with your leftover turkey. You take your leftover turkey carcass and make some turkey stock, and you have everything else. You could even put stuffing on top for the croutons. Man, that's so delicious. Perfect for this cool, I think upper 50s afternoon. Once again, we have another beautiful sunset behind me. Actually have about an hour before that happens. That is so good. And that single malt scotch really, wow, really kicks it up. Actually, this is a single malt scotch that our relatives from Germany gave us. And I've had it for a couple of years, and I'm finally using it now. Thank you so much, guys. It's perfect for this soup. Well, if you like this sort of thing, please like, please subscribe. That always helps us a lot. If you would like to leave a comment in the comment section, I always love that, and I'll get back to you soon. And we just really appreciate you following along with our adventures, and I hope you have a super safe and happy Thanksgiving. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Gas up the Jeep, it's fun to be free. Load up the pans and fishing poles. Arlo and I, we hit the open road. Arlo and I.